Hello friends, here comes part 4 of property reinsurance presentation, and in this part I'll be discussing about global or master programs which are running in India. What do we understand by global insurance or master insurance programs? So master programs are designed when the insured, having presence all around the world, wants to insure all their manufacturing or storage locations under a single master policy. And global programs are normally finalized by insured's headquarters located in India or abroad, with local reputed insurance company having experience in dealing with such programs. A single master policy is designed in such a manner that it caters to the need of all risk location across the world. Multiple risk occupancies can also be included. So in nutshell, when master programs are taken, when the insured has got worldwide locations all over the world and they want a single policy which covers all their locations under a umbrella cover for all the locations across the world. It is an umbrella comprehensive insurance protection program having very wide coverages depending upon the insured's specific needs, with peril-wise loss limits and high deductibles for net cat perils like windstorm, floods, cyclone, and earthquake or tsunami. So sometimes we see peril-wise loss limits are there, but sometimes flat deductibles can also be there. In India, there are few clients who have gone for this master program like Airtel, Asian Paints, Indian Hotels, Tata Communication, and so many other clients. They have taken master policy locally, which covers their all plants located worldwide. Now, we also have global programs being run by Zurich, Munich Re, and other reinsurers for ABB, Lanxess, Saint-Gobain, Volkswagen, Heidelberg, etc. In all these programs, a local policy is issued by one of the insurance companies at global terms because there are restrictions imposed by IRDA that global policy cannot be issued to an Indian client. So because of this restriction, a local policy is issued by a local insurer. Reinsurance protection is invariably provided by global reinsurer as they want full premium back. Now let us understand what are admitted countries. These are the countries where the local regulations do not permit foreign reinsurers to issue policy directly to the client in that country. In such cases, global reinsurer would have to find a local carrier to issue a policy as per the terms and conditions prevailing in that country. The corresponding premium is paid either by insured or by global reinsurer. In most of the cases, it is seen that global terms are better than local terms, and India is one of the admitted country. Now let us see what are non-admitted countries. These are the countries where local regulations permit foreign reinsurers to issue a policy directly to the client in their country without any local carrier. Master program terms and conditions and premium rates, they are finalized by the insurance company in the country where the client's headquarters is situated. So wherever the client's headquarters is there, that particular company in that country is going to finalize the terms and condition and premium rates, and 100% premium is also collected in the same country, and the same is allocated to the respective local entity all over the world. So once the program is finalized, the premium is allocated and it is collected from respected countries. In this arrangement, all plant heads are informed of the master policy terms and condition, and in the event of a loss or damage at any location across the world which is in excess of policy deductible, then intimation is given to the global insurer through insured's headquarters, and the loss is processed with the help of international loss adjuster. Sometimes, in case of admitted countries where the local policy is required, then master program loss limits on few perils like earthquake or floods and higher deductibles are not acceptable to the local insured and they demand softer terms prevailing in the local market like India. In such cases, insured may be permitted to take a local insurance policy at softer terms and it comes out of global program with necessary adjustment of premium. So it happens most of the times in India we have seen that the global terms are very strict, deductibles are higher. So in that case, local entity, they simply tell the global partner, their headquarter, that they are not interested in joining the global terms and conditions and they take a separate policy and they come out of global program. Now designing a master and global program. So if a global client, say for example ABB, they want to take a master policy to cover all locations across the world in a single comprehensive policy, they will have to approach any reinsurer at Germany like Munich Re, Swiss Re, Allianz, and will have to furnish complete details like list of countries where the plants are located, risk occupancies, and your sum insured for each location. Now, based on these details, reinsurance company shall discuss, negotiate, and finalize terms and conditions, including loss limits, peril-wise or overall. So either the loss limit would be inserted for each peril or there can be a overall loss limit also. Then deductibles separately for AOG and for non-AOG claims. Then premium is also finalized, negotiated and finalized depending upon the risk occupancy and nat cat exposure for that particular country. Then they will identify risk locations falling under admitted countries because the master policy would not work in those countries. So as we have already explained, admitted countries are those countries where the global program terms and conditions do not work. Then they will pick up some local insurer like Bajaj, ICICI Lombard or HDFC, etc., who is willing to write a local policy at global terms and conditions and at allocated premium. Once the terms are agreed, a local policy is issued with maximum cessions to the reinsurer because reinsurers are always interested in getting the premium back. Now it continues. So sometimes these are the practical difficulties. Insurers in admitted countries, they demand higher premium than what is allocated due to the application of tariff or local agreement rates. In such cases, additional premium is paid by the global reinsurer to get the policy issued. And sometimes it may also happen that global reinsurers, they negotiate with some other local carrier. If one insurance company is not agreeing for global terms and conditions, in that situation, global reinsurers may negotiate with some other local carrier who is ready to issue a policy at allocated premium and global terms. In most of the cases, global reinsurers, they demand 100% cession back to them to avoid any gap between local and global terms. But the problem arises in admitted countries like India, where regulators do not allow fronting of business. So they are always interested in getting 100% cessions back. So it also happens that wider covers may not be acceptable to the local insured in the admitted country, and in such cases, local policy is issued as per the local terms permitted by the regulator, and the gap is filled by issuing a DIC-DIL cover by global reinsurer. So DIC-DIL, difference in condition and difference in limits. And examples are like your political violence, civil commotion, gap in insurance policy deductible like MLOP in steel plants. So I give you an example. Say for example, political violence is not covered in India, but if it is there in global policy, then it is to be covered under DIC-DIL cover. Same is the case with civil commotion. Here SRCC. So civil commotion is not given, but in most of the cases in global policies, it is seen that SRCC, strike right civil commotion, the complete coverage is provided. Then another example can be like in MLOP coverage, machinery loss of profit coverage in respect of steel plants. The local conditions, they insist for 45 days time access, whereas In case the time axis in global policy is, for example, 21 days, so in that situation, this gap is again to be filled with DIC/DIL cover. And in such cases, a loss which is not payable under local policy due to a application of policy terms shall get paid under DIC/DIL cover issued by global insurer. Another thumb rule is, under no circumstances, local policy coverage should be wider than global program coverage. This is very important because if the local policy coverage is wider, then the claim shall be paid by local carrier at local terms, but the recovery shall not be to the full extent because the local coverage is wider than global program coverage. So here comes the end of part 4 of my presentation on property reinsurance, and I'll be preparing another learning series on some other insurance topic. Till then, bye-bye.